Hey everyone, it's Mafalda and welcome to another Emposia video, and for this one I'm going to be talking about short books that you can read in one sitting. All of these books are under 200 pages, which is what I consider a short book at least, and I just think these are all perfect for you to pick up if you're maybe late on your Goodreads goal, who knows, or if you're in a reading slump and you want to get back into the reading mode. I don't know, but all of these books are pretty short, and if you want to have fun and to read a book in one sitting, these are all perfect. So I will go through the books from the longest one to the shortest one, and at the end I will give a recommendation of a book that I think is super worth it if you're feeling brave and you want to read something that is a little bit more than 200 pages, so stay tuned. So at 173 pages I have Last Night in Nuuk by Niviaq Korneliussen, and this book is set in Greenland and the author is also from Greenland, and this book follows 5 different characters and their relationships between them, because some of them are siblings, some of them are best friends, some of them are in romantic relationship. And what I thought was interesting about this book is that the book is divided into 5 parts, and each of the parts is in the perspective of one of them, and since they're all very different from each other, all of the ways that the stories are told in the 5 different parts are very different between them. There are some that are mainly through text between the characters, some are told through diary entries and letters between the characters, and I just think it's a very different book from anything I've ever read, and it also has a lot of diversity between the characters, which I also really appreciated. Now at 162 pages we have Jiyoung, born 1982 by Cho Nam-Joo, and this is a very good feminist book if you're looking for one. And the book is basically about the character Jiyoung, born 1982, a girl from South Korea, and it's about her life and her experiences growing up as a woman in South Korea and all of the differences that she has with all of the male counterparts that she has in her life. This is a really great one if you are into feminist work, and also if you want to read more translated fiction, this is definitely one to pick up. Now at 80 pages I have a non-fiction book about race, and it's called Whites on Race and Other Falsehoods by Otegha Uwagba. And like I said, this is a non-fiction book that was written last year after George Floyd's murder, and this is a beautiful exploration of white allyship and if that is even possible, and also the experiences of Otegha Uwagba as a black woman in the UK, and it's really great. If you have the audiobook, also please listen to it because it's really good. I honestly think every white person in the world should read this one because it's super short, but it really packs a punch, and it mentions so many important and delicate topics. Then at 72 pages is a graphic novel, and it's The Tea Dragon Society by Katie O'Neill. This one is definitely, if you're looking for a cute and fluffy read, this is definitely the one that you should pick up. The illustrations are beautiful, and also the diversity in this I appreciate so much. And this book is about tea dragons, and it's about a society that is basically taking care and growing tea dragons, who are dragons that give like the tea leaves for tea, and it's so cute. This one is just so delightful, and I think you will feel so happy after reading this one. It will definitely put a smile on your face, and this is obviously a series, so if you're feeling up for it you can definitely continue with the series, and I just think it gets better with each volume, so I highly recommend this one. Then at 64 pages is another non-fiction book, and this one is about feminism, and it's called We Should All Be Feminists by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, and this one I think is also mandatory reading for every person in the world. I just think this one is super important. I think it's super well written, and it's basically an exploration of why we should all be feminists, and also Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's experiences as a black woman, and I just think it puts everything into perspective. Even if you think you know a lot about feminism, I think you should still pick up this one, because I guarantee you will learn a lot more about feminism in such a short amount of time, and I just think this one is great. I also recommend the audiobook for this one because it's narrated by the author, and I just think it's super important, so pick this one up please. And the the last recommendation that I have is 48 pages, and it's Sea Prayer by Khaled Hosseini. This one is a poetry collection about the migration crisis here in Europe, in the Mediterranean, and I just think this one will make you cry in 48 pages, like no more, no less, 48 pages to make you cry. This one is very, very emotional, and I just think it's beautiful at the same time, even though it deals with something so sad and so tragic. I just think it's beautifully done, and I just think this is one that you can go back to over and over again and you will always make you feel something. So these were all of my recommendations of short books under 200 pages that you can read in one sitting for sure. And now for the people that are here and want a little bit more than 200 pages, that are feeling brave and feeling inspired by this video, I don't know why, I recommend My Sister the Serial Killer by Oyinkan Braithwaite, and this one is 226 pages. So this is a little bit more than 200 pages, and this is definitely an interesting pick for me to recommend because I know this is not the book for everyone, but I just think this is a really quick read because the chapters are super short, and also I just think it's such an interesting concept. And like the title says, this book is about two sisters, Korede and Ayola, and Korede is tired of being called by her sister Ayola saying that she killed another one of her boyfriends, and the book begins just with that, with Ayola calling Korede and saying that she's killed yet again, and then Ayola starts liking Korede's love interest, and that really makes Korede fear for that man that she really loves. And if you haven't guessed, this is a thriller, but I think it's such a different thriller from anything I've ever read, and I just think it's super captivating, and it will really make you think about what's right and what's wrong and all of the morals involved in this book. I just think it's super interesting, so if you're feeling a bit braver, this is 226 pages. I really hope you enjoyed these recommendations. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!